It is Canada Day, the 1st of July 2018. I'm in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal, engaged in my alternative spiritual practice of protesting against Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse, cover-up of clergy abuse, and various other injustices, abuses, and indeed hypocrisies in the Unitarian Universalist religious community. 6 years ago today, I did a Trudeau salute in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal to celebrate Canada Day, to essentially protest against the fact that the Unitarian Universalist Church locally here in Montreal, but also the Unitarian Universalist Association in Boston, have repeatedly tried to suppress my Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees rights to freedom of expression, which includes, of course, the right to engage in peaceful public protest. 1 month to the day before July 1st of 2012, I received an email in my inbox from Stikeman Elliott Barristers and Solicitors litigation lawyer, Maitre Marc-André Coulombe, who was acting on behalf of the Unitarian Universalist Association in Boston. And in that email, it was essentially a very terse email. It just said, please refer to the attached document. The attached document was a PDF file of a 2-page cease and desist demand letter that I was later served with by a bailiff. And in that demand letter, amongst other ludicrous accusations, Maitre Marc-André Coulombe said the following words: "Your unfounded and vicious allegations to the effect that ministers of the association engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape are defamatory." And he went on to say that they are so defamatory that they constitute the criminal act of blasphemous libel. Blasphemous libel is in the Canadian Criminal Code. I believe it's section 296 of the Canadian Criminal Code, and it is essentially an anti-blasphemy law. It prohibits insulting a religion, effectively deeply insulting a religion to the point of what's considered to be blasphemy. So the Unitarian Universalist Association tried to intimidate me into removing blog posts that tell the readily verifiable truth about such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by Reverend Mac Wallace Mitchell, Richard Buell, and other Unitarian Universalists, most of which I hadn't even blogged about in 2012, and many of which I still haven't blogged about. For instance, Stephen Craig Bullite, a Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teacher in Oregon, was charged, tried, and convicted of the rape of a very young boy that he adopted, and he was also charged, tried, and convicted of all kinds of child pornography charges. So he was basically a Sunday school teacher in Oregon, and this man was charged, tried, and convicted of, amongst other things, raping an 11-year-old boy that he had adopted as his son. So this is a Canada Day Trudeau salute number 2 for the Unitarian Universalist Association for falsely accusing me of violating Canada's blasphemy law in an effort to suppress my freedom of speech here in Canada, an attack on my charter guaranteed rights to freedom of opinion and freedom of speech and other freedom of expression. And this Trudeau salute is for the Unitarian Church of Montreal, which has repeatedly misused the Canadian Criminal Code in efforts to suppress my freedom of speech, which has repeatedly tried to shut down this protest with misuse of the SPVM police force and the Canadian Criminal Code, and which, amongst other things, has repeatedly washed away my chalk slogans protesting against, amongst other things, Unitarian Universalist child sex abuse and the cover-up and denial of child sex abuse by Unitarian Universalists. All of these things are attacks on my charter rights to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and especially my right to engage in peaceful public protest. So this is my Canada Day Trudeau salute number 2 for the Unitarian Universalist Association and the Unitarian Church of Montreal. Let's make it a double Trudeau salute. And we'll see if we're here in 6 years doing a triple Trudeau salute. Not sure how we'll do that. Might have to bring another person into the picture. But if 6 years from now these issues aren't responsibly addressed and the false blasphemous libel accusation withdrawn and apologized for, and the truth told about just how many Unitarian Universalist ministers and Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers are in fact guilty of committing such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, then we may well be here doing another Trudeau salute. So I'm hoping that this conflict will be resolved within the next 60 years, so I don't have to come back here and do a triple Trudeau salute for the Unitarian Universalist Association and the Unitarian Church of Montreal, to say nothing of Unitarian Universalism more generally.
Okay, glad that all got recorded.